Hey guys, this week's layout is a direct scrap lift of this one that I found on Instagram. And I think this person may be on the Gossamer Blue design team. I'm not sure. Anyhow, starting out with this layout, there's just a few things that I wanted to share. Number one is our challenge this week on the Scrappy Challenges board was to use ribbon. So I replaced the 2 strips of paper at the top and the bottom with some ribbon that I had in my stash. And I'm sure it's from Michael's, and I'm sure I've had it for years. So I know it was a small quantity of ribbon, but I used it. And so that was the first bit of challenge for me. The second one is I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 layout. Now, I haven't done one of those in years. And recently I'd been watching Monica, whose channel is Scrap Saturdays. Hey, Monica. If you guys aren't watching her, I'll link her down below. She's amazing. You should really go and have a look. So I told her how she does 8.5 by 11, and I was so inspired I wanted to try one. But I made the comment that I would probably try it off camera because I didn't want the pressure of doing this on camera since I hadn't done it in so long. But I thought that since I was doing a scrap lift, it would be a smooth transition to go ahead and try an 8.5 by 11. And I was so right. It was so easy. So that was the second challenge. And thirdly, this layout was using my January Gossamer Blue kit. Now, if you watch my Kill a Kit video just a few videos back, you know I had done some major damage. I had very little left. But the day that I saw this, I was so inspired and I just really wanted to create this layout, and that kit was still on my desk, so I just went in there and gave it a go, and I love the way it came out. And like I said, it's a direct scrap lift, so there's not really anything special that I've done. So enough rambling, let's start with the layout. So I'm taking this pattern paper and I just created a small gray mat around it just to kind of give it some more depth since it was going to be white on white. And that red sheet there, I just cut into like the square to map my photograph. And I think she used probably a 4x4 photo, but I think my photo was like maybe 3x3. So I had to create some extra layers, and I like the way it turned out, but I wish I would have had a larger photograph. That aqua paper to the left there is actually a Project Life card, and I loathe the rounded corners on Project Life cards, but I suffer through them and cut them off sometimes because I love to use them for journaling spots and just as kind of a way to contain my embellishments. And if you've been watching for a while, you've seen me do that forever. So continuing on here, what I'm doing is I'm taking another one of those Project Life cards, and I'm just going to cut the middle just to create a mat of pattern paper here. And I just wanted that gray wood grain to kind of peek around the other mats that are going to go on top. And once I get this down, I'm going to use that navy mat to the left and a gray mat to mat my photograph. Like I said, my picture was a little bit smaller, so I had to use a couple mats to make it look a little bigger. But nonetheless, again, I really love the way this layout turned out. I had so much fun making it. I feel like the messier my desk gets when I make a layout, it's a good indication of me really enjoying myself, because I'm just kind of going with the flow and getting it done. At this point, I'm going to come in with some Bella Boulevard washi tape, and it's just red with white polka dots, and I'm just going to layer it there just because I want to add just a little pop of something there. And I had some alphas, and I thought of a title, and I had enough for them, so I went ahead and followed the design on the layout of stacking the title. So the title is Someday, and I'm coming back with some of these Studio Calico label stickers. And in the original layout, she also cut them down, so I was quite happy to see that. I was like, good, I'm not the only one who thought these were forever long and need to be trimmed. So at this point, I'm just coming in with a strip of this gray pattern paper, and I think on the original layout, she had layered a couple of pieces down at the bottom, a couple of strips, and I didn't do that to start with because I thought the black would be heavy enough. But when I started looking at the layout, I realized that having the ribbon at the top and the bottom, it just kind of balanced it out. So by adding that gray strip, I added just a little more weight to the bottom. And I used one of my circle punches to punch a circle here, and I also used a Teresa Collins pink circle kind of punch, and I'm just going to layer those together, and I'm going to bring in another one of those labels that I'm going to cut down and some epoxy stickers. And you guys have no idea how proud of myself that I am that I've used up those epoxy stickers the way that I have, because I am telling you, I have such a hard time using like stickers and embellishments sometimes in a kit because I just get tired of them. But these have been fantastic. I've loved both of them and I have not been tired of them at all. So I backed these epoxy stickers with some pattern paper just because I want to add just a little pop of color in the middle, and I want to emphasize the shininess and the texture or dimension of the stickers with the flat and dull paper. And originally to that group down there, I think I added a punch, a circle or a heart punch from Stampin' Up right there with some dimensional tape, but I decided not to keep it there. It'll go away in a bit. Also at the top, I've added just a tiny strip of that red pattern paper from Crate Paper, and I'm going to take a circle with one of those little emojicons on it and put it up there. And that also ends up going away though. Just because the scale is off, I just thought it was too small. So at this point, I'm just bringing in some more of those epoxy stickers. And then I realize I just really don't like that circle there. I don't like the scale of it. And so at that point, I bring in some more of the washi tape from Bella Boulevard. And just a strip of the Aqua Project Life card there. And I just use my tiny attacher to attach that. And then that heart down there at the left is going to go away as well. And fortunately, it didn't tear any paper or anything like that. Sometimes I worry about that, but a lot of times I just have to let things sit for just a minute so I can decide that I don't like them. Now I brought up one epoxy heart and some of those little black lines up at the top. And I'm just using some mist. I think it added an epoxy heart down there at the left too. So at that point, I'm pretty much done. I added my journaling, and here's a close-up of the mats behind the photograph, and you can see my journaling there, and one of the epoxy hearts that I brought in next to the title, and some more details. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.